Hi, Z team. Welcome to Zfamily Night. We are gathering here as, let's see here, I'm going through and muting. If you would each just mute yourselves for me, that would be awesome. Thank you. Let's see here. I will continue improving on my little thing. So this evening is for gathering, for expanding our culture, for being a Z team. And the purpose is to just kind of stay close and keep our team, our group, updated with happenings and current on anything that's going on corporately or that we really need to know. It's always optional to attend or not. I completely skipped the first item, which is welcome to our new Z team family, Zfamily. Welcome to Zfamily. We love having you here. Here comes Lacey Johnson. And basic etiquette is just be aware of your mic and your video. You know, if you have your video on, we can see everything happening. And if you're not going to be speaking, please keep yourself on mute. Keep it positive. There's a phrase, always puke uphill. And these environments right now are to keep us updated and connected. There are always questions and concerns, and that's what your support team is for. And those of us in the, anywhere up in the leadership lines are dying to help you. Like, we really want to be of service. So reach out if you have questions or concerns. But this space, this container is for our enjoyment and learning, specifically on some certain topics. And when possible, feed energy into the room. It's great for the videos. It's great for our experience together, and we want to know who you are. With that, Colette, unless I missed something, which I'll just ask you to add if I do.
Nope, I think you got everything. It's all about bringing us together. Stay plugged in, and we'll learn right here, because since I was able to make it to vice president already, I'm one of those people that gets to be fed the information from corporate. So that's the main reason I made sure I got there, so that I wanted to be at that meeting. So definitely bring what you have to us, and we will get it out I'll get the answer, whether if I have it, I'll give it to you. And if I don't, I'll find it.
It really is a joy, Colette, getting to work with you and experience you as you're stepping more and more into leadership so quickly. It's really just, it's incredible. And I'm so grateful and happy that that you're you, and for bringing this to us. Thank you. So I'm complete with my part. Hi, Michael Zappia, welcome. I just saw you pop in there. And I'll turn it over to you, Colette.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Esther Powers. For those of you that don't know Esther, she is a great support for the team, the Z team. And we're grateful that she's able to take time and do the things she does in the background. Her and Brian Howard helped me out a lot. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to unpack Saturday calls and the Monday call, and just give you any updates that you may not know about, because I think it's important that we keep in the know. Okay. Because those of us leaders, people are going to be coming to you. It's great that you know the information, so you can give that to your team members as well. So I'm going to go over that first, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the system, because I think we need to know the system. A system is, a lot of people may not even know what we're talking about when we talk about a system, but a system is what makes a company or a team progress and succeed. A step of things that we all do the exact same way, so that we all can grow and duplicate. Very, very important. And, as you grow as a individual team, you can choose to have your own system. You don't have to go by the system we use. That's totally fine. But if you want to use our system, we are here for you, and we want to help you succeed. So that being said, I'm going to go over what I have for you. And if you're taking notes, write this down. That's like the famous quote that I remember Michael Zappia always telling us. All right. So this is unpacking the calls from this last week. I always let people know right from the get-go that we are brand new and we are the beta testers for this. Because then if you say that right up front, then you're not going to have someone coming and expecting this to be perfect right now. So give them that expectation right from the get-go. We are the beta testers. We are the pioneers. Things are going to only get better. Today is the worst that will ever be, and they are growing and doing amazing things every single day. I watched it happen while I was there. It was not hype. It was, here's what we're doing, and here's the person that's doing it, and they would put it up on the screen what their progress is. So I like that a lot. When you're signing up a new DBO or a TCM, make sure that they are completely signed up, completely, every bit. And that means adding their card and adding money to their account, or at least showing them how to do that once they receive their card. I have so many people that say they've been waiting for their card and they've been here for, forever. And I said, well, did you order your card? Are you sure you ordered your card? And they'll go out and look and the card wasn't ordered. So make sure to, if you don't know how to do that, then let me know, or let your support know, your sponsor know, so that we can make sure that you can teach people how to do this, because that is so important. The whole thing will only work if we get our card and we start using our card. That's the whole inner workings of this system. Pretty plain and simple of what we need to do. We don't have to sell a product. We just got to make sure people know how to use this whole swiping and filling their card and using their card, because we already do all that, right? Let's see. You can add money to the card 4 different ways. You can do an ACH pull, just like you would for a mortgage. You just put in a routing number and a bank account number. You can pull that way. I encourage these 2 top ways. ACH, you just got to plan a little bit ahead. Okay? Because it takes 3 to 5 business days to have that happen. But if you get into a habit of doing that when you need to, then money will be there and you won't have to worry about, oh no, I got to pull money today, put on the card. Number 2, direct deposit. Start putting some of your direct deposit into this account. You can split your direct deposits usually by 2 to 3 accounts. So I encourage you to do that, because money will always be on there. When commissions really start coming in, this is where the money is going to be is on your Transact card. You can also take a picture of a check and put it in there. That takes 3 to 5 days as well, business days. And you can do a debit card pull. Just remember that a debit card pull is there for those times when you really need it and you forgot to do it, because there is a company limit on that debit card pull. And so a lot of people are getting this over the limit error. Well, it's not your limit that you're over, it's the company, because the company has put a whole company-wide limit. So unless you do it in the morning, most of the time that limit's already met. And it's to keep us in check, because there's people watching. And if we are looked at as a money laundering, if there's all this money going into this bank account all of a sudden, then they're going to wonder what the heck's going on. So they put a $25,000 limit, and just to have no red flags, let's use it as a regular business account or a banking account, and things will be fine. Okay. I always let people know right from the beginning too, that we will be a franchise in November. That gives them that total relief right from the get-go that that's where we're going. We are in direct sales mode right now, just because that's how we signed up to get it started. But we will be a franchise under franchise law come November. These are all questions that have come up in the past for me. And so I want to make sure we put it out here. We've got 19 of us on here tonight. And so if 19 of us know this, we can spread the word to all those people we know. Free shipping. We will have free shipping on this site. I know that's a huge thing for a lot of people. They were all concerned.
That's actually huge. Yeah.
It's a big thing. Big thing. Your returns will be done through the vendor. That we won't have anything to do with the product. We won't be shipping it to you. We won't be storing it. We won't be returning. That's all done through the vendors. Apple Pay. A lot of people ask, can we attach it to our Apple Pay? It is in the approval process. We're waiting for Apple Pay to approve us. So it will happen soon. I know that's a lot for the younger generation that use that Apple Pay, but they all are concerned about that. The 500 member club, there is a small percentage across the board with all banks. It doesn't mean none of these banks, not just these banks that we're working with, but across the board, there is a small percentage of people that cannot be approved for a bank account. There just is. And so if you're one of those people and you're stuck in our KYC process because of that, then the company wants you to know that we will find a bank that is going to accept you. We are going to be unlike these other banks that don't find a bank that, you know, they're not going to go out and find you another bank. We are going to find a bank that will accept you. Just be patient. And they have called it the 500 Club, that anybody that's stuck in there will get 500 Z-Bucks for every week that you're stuck until we get you approved. If you're willing to hang in there with us. If not, we understand. Okay. Financing is coming. Everybody knows, and we've talked about this, but maybe some people on here don't know, but the company will be giving financing 30 days, same as cash. Actually, it's more than that now because they've told us that there's no interest. There's no interest and there's not going to be a credit check. So that's huge. That's coming in August. We're just waiting for the last little bit of the legal part to be done with that. Now, I want to go over the system. Our system works like this. You pique someone's interest, whether that be with a video or a just a little bit of a tease, kind of what you know, and then you pass it. You pass them either to another video or you pass them to your support team, whether that's your sponsor or if it's me. So you pass it so that I can present. When you bring them onto a Zoom or a phone call with me, you edify the person that you brought on and you edify me. Edification means that you tell the person, you build up that person that you brought on, right? You make them feel special. You tell something great that you know about them. They're warm, they're wonderful, they're heart-centered. I've known them for this long. You know, it doesn't have to be a huge, long spiel, but you make them feel special. And then you edify the person that's presenting. Same thing, how you met them, how you know them. They're an amazing leader. They're, you know, all the things that you know about this person. And if you don't know anything about that leader, then you get a hold of them beforehand so that you can find some key points to tell about them. Okay. After you edify, then you zip it, put yourself on mute, and you don't talk throughout the whole presentation. Okay. Because the whole point of putting them on in front of someone else is, we've all heard it, you can't be a prophet in your own land. Most people are not gonna, that know you, why are they gonna expect you to know something about this banking system and stuff all of a sudden? They've known you for so long. Why all of a sudden do you know everything? Well, you put them in front of someone that does, someone that they don't know. And that's why you edify them. Okay. So then that person is going to give the presentation. And then at the end, that person usually asks you if you have anything else that you would like to add to it, or questions that you may have, or questions, then we'll open it up to the person that you brought on for questions. Okay. So that is the system. Very, very simple, very easy. I want to ask Ruth to come on and share her experience that she had this week with an amazing gentleman that she brought to me. So Ruth, you want to unmute and tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. I've been making my list and haven't had a lot of time to kind of go out and prospect with different people, but at the top of my list was one of my upline enrollers for a health and wellness company. And I knew that William was incredible. He's developed, he had developed a really big team. So I, just said, I'm going to call him. So I did. And we kind of talked back and forth. What have you been doing? What have I been doing? And he immediately told me that he has incredible property development projects going on. And he and his wife own a beautiful retail store. And you know, he mentioned, we talked about that. And I said, well, I found something that I'm really excited about. And I would love it if you would watch just a 3-minute video. And he said, okay, sure. And I said, can I call you back in 5 minutes? And so I sent him the ZTEAM link and just set my timer. And 5 minutes later, called him back. And then we chatted about it. He said that he had already been exposed to it by somebody else in the previous company that we had been involved in. But he was interested, and he asked some questions, and he said he was going to research it for a while. And I can't remember, was it that day that Colette, I pulled you on? Because he was, I don't know, whatever came up, it just very naturally, like, well, I knew that Colette was in the background or available. So I reached out to her and got her on the line, and it was a further conversation. And then we set up a time to talk today, and he had more questions and didn't want to set up a meeting with the founders. But anyway, we're going to talk again on Friday. And I did end up, Colette, sending him the video that you sent me, and gave him the time to go into that material so that it started at the comp plan. He was interested in the comp plan, and he asked some good questions. So yeah. But one of the things that really blessed me was he complimented me on my system, because we all know that this is a duplicatable business. And if it's too difficult, then people can't do it if they feel like they have to know everything. So
yeah, he was amazing, you guys. He's a big builder, and he's done amazing in that last company that he was with. And he did say to me on the phone that he had 3 other people introduce this to him, and they were actually pretty big in the company he had been with. And he said that Ruth was the only one that followed a system. And that's why he went ahead and looked at her video. And he said he has set up a simple 1, 2, 3 plan for his past companies. And he said that was the one thing that if people followed it, you have success. But if they don't, that leader is really, really pulled down the bigger they get, because they're still trying to make this survive on their own without the people learning how to duplicate. And the duplication process is, I do. So you bring someone to me and I do the presentation for you. And then down the road a little bit, we do it together. And then pretty soon you do it so that you can start doing it for the people that you bring on. It's really simple if you can just get it in your head and get past the point of, oh, but I can tell them enough. I don't have to put them in front of someone. Just get past that point, get past it. And then after you do it a couple times, it'll be really simple. And it's all about duplication. If the person sees that that's all it takes, then they get it. Then they go, oh, I can do this too. She didn't have to really know anything. She just put me in front of someone that does. I can do that. So it's all about that duplication process. And once we get kind of out of our own way, then this system will work and we will duplicate. So I really wanted to share that tonight, because I know once we all start getting into the habit of doing that, we will grow, and it's going to be amazing. So Esther, how anything, and thank you, Ruth. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing that, because I thought that was phenomenal that he complimented you. And like you said, he was your upline, and he has these big systems in place, and he really complimented you. So that was very special, I thought, to make him feel special like that.
That's for me too.
Yeah, I bet that was.
Usually I don't go for the, what do they call it? The chicken calls or whatever.
Yeah. And that was great too, to get that, let's all do the chicken calls right now. This company and this thing that we have in front of us is way bigger than any of us. And we need to go for those big people, because someone is. Might as well be you.
When I'm making up my lists, I'm making up my people that I've had interactions with over the years that I know have been promoters or marketers or whatever we want to refer to them as. And then kind of like just breaking it down into different categories, but really hitting that first list,
Yep. Awesome.
Ruth, this is the website, correct, that you passed this
Yes.
gentleman to? Okay.
Yeah, I did. And then after our call, I did send him our digital business card.
So this
so
is
to see the tools that they've already developed, which I'm very impressed with.
Thank you. I wanted to take the opportunity to go to the website ZTEAM.FAMILY and just kind of scroll through real quick. I see that Michael, you came back on video. You may have something to add.
Yeah, this website is going to get way better. I am waiting. Tomorrow, I promised myself to do the welcome video, and that's probably what Michael's going to talk about. The welcome video will share a little bit more of what that website's about. Go ahead, Michael.
No, I want to applaud Ruth for the way she handled that upline, that leader that she once worked with. That, she obviously told you what she did, but she did it with such finesse that the guy was open to listen. And so for anyone who's listening, whenever you're approaching somebody, and quite frankly, this should be everybody, but whenever you're approaching somebody, especially somebody who is a leader in business or a leader in life, or especially a leader in this industry before, always ask permission, and always look at the elephant that's in the room, because that person wants you to acknowledge that elephant. Like, let's imagine I was a part of Colette's organization in a previous business, because a lot of us have come from this industry. If Colette was a big leader and I really wasn't a big leader, I'd say, Colette, listen, you've obviously accomplished a lot more than I've ever dreamed of accomplishing in this industry. And I feel kind of awkward bringing something to you, because normally you'd probably be the one bringing something to somebody like me. But I did find something I'm excited about. And I just want to know, do I have permission to put you in front of something that's got me excited? Because I really think it's powerful, and I think you deserve to know about it. But it sounds like, Ruth, you did a great job of making that leader feel really important and special, and then you pulled him into a duplicatable system, which impressed him. So that's why you got his attention, and that's why he's going to join you if he decides to join you.
100%. Yeah. I thought that was so great, wasn't it, Michael? She did a great job. Yeah. So that website is going to be much better. It will have a welcome video at the top. We're going to keep it very, very simple. And that is going to be the system, just like Ruthie did. She pulled him in, let him watch the 3-minute video, told him that she was going to ask for permission to call him back in 5 minutes. So that way it kind of made sure that he was going to watch it right then. And she asked him how he felt about it. Right. And he even told her, he goes, hey, I was watching the 20-minute one already. Like, he was so excited to continue watching. And I thought that was great too. So the website's going to be very simple and very, very duplicatable. What Ruthie just did was very, very duplicatable. Like I said, it's just about making that person feel special, getting to, back in touch with them a little bit, and then tell them what you are excited about and ask for permission, like Michael said. That's it. Let them watch the video, call them back. If they have questions, then say, you know what? I'm pretty darn new to this, and I would love for you to hear it the way I did. So can I put you on a call with my business partner? Then you go. Call me or whoever it is, schedule the Zoom, and put it in front of them. I'll present, or whoever you put on will present it to them. And that's it. So I want to bring on Bruce to talk about a little bit about his excitement, because he had us all on fire right before the call. He was sharing, and I know Michael would love to hear what you got to say, Bruce, if you're willing to share.
Holy moly, I wasn't expecting that. I am just so excited, guys. Like, the way I did it, I came out of the chute a little slow. I mean, I wanted to understand the business. I wanted to understand how this works. I was told we need to plug people in, and at first I was like, I can handle this on my own. And then I decided to change that, because I listened to you guys, and I've got a couple of my guys on here tonight plugged in, and this is what got me fired up was you guys. So thank you very much. And I realize now how the team works. So I took a little time to just kind of grow and learn, and I checked into all the meetings, the CEO updates. I'm always there, as Colette will tell you, and Esther. And I like to get on the Saturday morning training. You guys are teaching me a lot. And exactly what Ruthie did, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just giving a little tidbit on the card. I'm not getting into the business part of it. I recently got in connection with a guy who's really big into online marketing, and all I said was, "Hey, I'm in a new company called Transact Card," and I didn't say another word. And suddenly he's texting me saying, "What is that company?" So he's giving me another opening, and so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to feed him a little bit, and then when the time is right, I'm going to do exactly what Ruthie did. I'm just going to get Colette or Esther, any of you that would be able to help, or Michael. Yeah, I just can't tell you. I'm just waiting for this thing to go viral and blow up. I see everything about this business is viral. You get someone using the card, they're going to share that with all their friends and family, and we're going to benefit from that. But the most important thing is everything that you guys have said that I really love is this is a business to help others, to actually help others, which for the first time in my life, I'm not excited about as much. I am about the paycheck as much as I am about the ability to share with people the opportunity to save money, to improve their life. Those are the things that really fire me up, seriously. And I know the rest will come, the rest will come. And I'm finding weirdly that the door is being opened. People are appearing before me. And so first for me was education, knowledge, confidence, right? I needed to build my confidence. I needed to build my excitement. And the rest, there you go. I'm ready to open my mouth, man, to everybody. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys got me here to this point. Thank you.
Awesome, Bruce. I love that. And look, Bruce already has 2 of his people on here. He's going with plugging the people in. And if you want to introduce them, feel free to do so.
Yeah. So Steve was here. Steve Wright was on one other time, but he's here tonight. I called him and I said, please get on this call. This is how you're going to become like me, on fire. When you plug in, you meet these guys, you see how awesome they are, their heart, what they want out of life. It's going to be infectious to you because these guys have the same goal, right? They want to share something of value to people. So Steve Wright was on last, and he's here tonight. And then Jeff Gordon, he's just come into the team, and he's learning. I got him on tonight. I'm sure he's hearing everything. He's excited. He was sharing some ideas he has that are awesome. And so I think plugging in, you guys were right. That's the key. Plug in, do exactly what Colette taught us tonight. So
yeah, plugging in and feeling that energy, right, Bruce?
Oh yeah, just feeling it, man. I'm gonna get off this phone and this call tonight, and I'm probably gonna go look around in my back office and see what's going on. But yeah, thank you. It's really awesome.
Thank you, Bruce. You're awesome. So yeah, and I want to also give a shout out to Rebecca Pearson, Dr. Pearson. I love the way you've done this as well. She was probably the first one that followed a system, and I know it's because she's been involved with other businesses like this. And she literally at first she called me up. She said, "I have someone to meet with you for lunch," and she hadn't really told her too much. I met her and we gave the presentation, and the rest is history. That person is growing like wildfire. She has her own system and she's running with it. So thank you, Rebecca, for that first experience with you. That was great. And then as you guys all learned last Saturday, Annabelle does an amazing system as well. It's very close to the system we use. She just doesn't put them out to the video because she likes to just kind of keep them in suspense. She doesn't want to satisfy that curiosity. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to put them in front of me and let me do that for her. So great job on that too. And I know she's done a great job working with Sharon and the rest of her team, sharing that exact system so that they duplicate, and very, very proud of that. I want to welcome Wayne Suttle to the call. How are you, Wayne? Thanks for showing up tonight. I know he's already starting. I saw him put someone into the Facebook page. He's ready to roll with this too. Did you have anything to say? You're on mute. You're on mute. There you go.
Actually, kind of made me feel guilty about the situation, but it does show me how what we have. I didn't even understand it till so a couple of days ago I just sent the my actual I guess the sign up or whatnot to a buddy of mine in Oregon. I've been approaching him about businesses for 20 years. Never had any interest. He's a 5th generation lumberjack. Well, anyways, I sent it to him and I said, hey, when you get a chance, take a look at this. And I'm going to call you back in the next day or so because I knew he was out in the woods. Well, I sent it to him, and later that night, I just happened to be checking my email. He signed up on his own without me saying a word, explaining nothing. All I did was send him a text. And I was like, oh, crap. So I couldn't get a hold of him until the next day. And I called him and I said, what did you do? He goes, well, you sent it to me. It looks great. I went and got my card, and I'm like, wait a minute. Do you even know if you got your card? He goes, yeah, there's a PDF. I just followed the PDF. I go, I've never known you to follow any instructions before in your whole entire life. He goes, yeah, I ordered 3 cards, one for me, one for my wife, one for my daughter. He goes, I paid the $25, and he's explaining to me what it is. I'm sitting there going, okay.
Wow.
I mean, for him to get in the business later, yeah, maybe or whatnot. But I just did not realize how simple and powerful this compared to everything else I've done before. And Michael can attest to that. This has never happened before. This is the way you always wish it would happen. It never has, and it did. And so I'm excited, as you can probably tell. So no, I'm sorry I didn't follow the.
Hey, you didn't.
But
you hadn't even been told too much yet.
It's like it just happened. I was like, okay.
Well, you know what you did? You just edified our replicated site. And that's exactly what the company is going for, what just happened to you, because they want that to be a system. They want that to be a system, us to just share that, because then it has all the information. It's kind of like our website. It has the video. It has how to sign up. It has all the information that answers all their questions. The only part, like you thought probably, is the fact that you didn't really get to share with him the business side, the income opportunity side, maybe, right? Because there is something in there that's just a little bit off, because they have to see that there's an income opportunity and be able to view details. So if you haven't really talked to them and touched base, then a lot of people may not even touch that, because this card is exciting. The card alone is exciting, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I was always excited to say it. Then you're talking about, well, we got to do this duplicate. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, well, okay, it didn't quite work that way, but
hey, no worries, no worries.
Yeah.
Well, great job, Michael. I see you're off mute and you want to say something to Wayne. I know you do.
Well, Wayne, you did follow the system. As a matter of fact, when I listened to what you said, you did exactly what Ruthie did. I'll call you back. But this guy was, so in this industry, there's 3 apples, right? There's 3 types of apples. There's red apples, there's green apples, and there's rotten apples. You happen to catch a red apple. You did everything right. You sent him the information. The guy saw it. He got it right away. He was red. He was delicious. He was ripe. He was ready to go. A lot of times, some of the people you find are just going to respect you and trust you so much that they're just going to jump on it. Into Colette's point, they jumped on to be card members instead of building the business. But hey, that's fine. You can actually go back to them later as long as you got them signed up. The green apple needs a little bit more time. You know, that there's some people, they're not ripe yet. They watch the video, then they got questions, they're skeptical, some are cynical, but some people are going to just need more answers. I was one of those people. In most of my businesses, I still need more answers. With this business, I was ripe for Colette because I trusted Colette, so I just signed up right away. What you're noticing, Wayne, is you've got a lot of credibility with this guy. He saw the video. He didn't need anyone to explain it to him. He's like, I get it. I'm in. Let's go. And then there's rotten apples. And those are the ones you guys know what a rotten apple is. They're going to be negative. They're going to shoot it full of holes. They're going to be worms crawling out of the apple. And you know what I would say to all of you? You don't have time to deal with rotten apples, but anytime you catch a red apple, of course, run with them. And green apples are worth it too. They just need a little more time to marinate in the conversation. Wayne, you were a green apple. You were ready to sign up right when we talked about it, but you still didn't have the answers. So it's just a testament to that there's really three types of people. People are going to get it right away. They're going to trust you. They're going to ready to roll. Let's go. Some people are going to need a little more time. They're going to have to marinate it a little bit. And then some people just won't be right for it at all. So it's beautiful what happened to you. I love it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I want to open it up to anyone else that might have questions about the system, because I think this is a very, very important topic, and it will get you and all of us duplicating much quicker. And so, yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute and go for it. Okay, so we're all professional duplicators.
Yes. Thanks, Colette.
Yes, and Dustin's been doing a good job as well.
Yeah, appreciate it. Me and baby Judah here hanging out,
cute.
listening to y'all.
Very cute.
But just touching on reiterating what you said about the 3 or 4 different ways to get money into our account. I think it was either John or Richard one day. They were like, the debit card pull, last resort. Like, please, especially save that money for the new people that have no idea what they're doing. They're excited. They want money now. So don't use the debit card pull if you don't have to. Try to do the ACH and the direct deposit if you can. And like I said, just save that, because there's going to be a new person that's like, I need to use it now. Okay, great. And then that debit card pull isn't there for them. Now they got to wait 3 days. Now they're getting upset or sad or whatever. So we don't want to take that away from them. So everything else is great. Appreciate it, guys.
Nice. Thanks for that ad, because I definitely think that's true. Those people that come on first, they want to start using it right now. So let's show them how to do it. But until we get everyone in the company to understand that there's a limit, we'll definitely have to tell them to do it in the mornings, because that's when the limit hasn't been reached yet. So thanks for that. Anyone else have anything to add tonight?
Hey, Colette, how are you? Hi, everyone.
Amy.
I have a question for you. Do you think that they are actually the time, like check deposit, things like that, will eventually become a little bit quicker? Is there any talk about that?
You know, that's
or
all.
Even the poll, and you know, for instance, I go to the ATM, client gives me a check, I put it in, and it posts the next day.
Well, that's
I'm just
usually because you're
wondering-
doing it from that right from that ATM. So with a check now, we have to make sure, and they check in with the bank that it's coming from, and then they check in, there's so many little things. But I think here's the deal. I know Peter is on top of this, and he wants it to be just like any other bank. So he's working behind the scenes right now to make everything work just as they would anywhere else. And if the bank we're currently with isn't going to be able to do it, he's ready to go to the next one, because he's all about helping these banks, but they got to help themselves a little bit too. So yeah, I think the one we're with right now is definitely slow. I know a check took about 5 to 6 business days when I did it last, and so that was a little slow. You cannot do one of those and expect it to happen right away. You got to be able to don't be expecting that money right away. I would definitely do the direct deposit or the ACH, but just make sure you do the ACH ahead of time and know that there is going to be some lag time, and then start being on top of that ACH so that you don't have any gap in between. Just do it every week at a certain time so that the money's in there each time. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for the question. Anyone else?
Hey,
I'll
Colette.
share. Oh, go ahead, Bruce.
All right, I don't want to interrupt. Just real quick, I got a couple of guys in my team that want to they got a lot of contacts in Florida, They want to try and see if they can't send some people to that meeting coming up. Is that for everybody? Is that a good way to bring people in to let them see what's going on? Because they've got a ton of people out there. And they want to
Yes.
get a hold of them. So
I would love for you to do that. And I'd love for you to, I mean, I know the number was already down to half. So to put people in front of just the presentation, I don't think that there's a limit. I would go ahead and send anyone you have to that. I think it's 11 o'clock. I can get you more information if you have not seen that. There is not,
Okay.
there's not a cost for anyone that's not a member, you know, so they can all go check it out. And I do trust the people that you'd be putting them in front of. I've met them
Okay.
all. And so, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you'll just send me some information. You can just send it to me, message
Okay.
it to me, whatever. Okay,
I'll
get
do
a
it.
hold of you. Thanks so
I'll do it.
much.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. If anyone else doesn't know about that, they are putting a presentation together in Florida, in Orlando. This it's on the 12th of August, I believe. I will have all that information. I'll put it on the Facebook page. But they are doing a 11 o'clock presentation with John McKellop and Eric Allen are both there, going to give that presentation. And then 1 to 6 is training. So if there is anyone that's already a DBO and would like to go to that training and meet everybody there, do it. I would do it. And I was very tempted to fly there myself, which Michael Zappia knows I do that. I just go where I can learn and rub elbows and gain energy, whatever it takes, I go. But the problem is right now with airlines, you don't know for sure if it's going to get canceled. If you can't get a nonstop flight, I'm not putting myself in that situation right now because so many flights are getting canceled. So anyway, if you can go and be there, if you're close by, 100% get yourself there. Events are everything. So, let's see. So next Saturday or this Saturday, we will have teaching at 8 a.m. Mr. Jeff Myers is going to be on there to give some tips of how he prospects and different places that he finds people to talk to. If you are having a hard time with your own network and want to know how to get out there and meet some other people, this will be a great place. He has done this and it is amazing. He's constantly putting people in front of me and he knows them well. It's not like, you know, and he got to know them just over a short period of time and he brings them to me and he's had very, very good response from that. So join at 8 a.m. on Saturday Pacific time. And then Monday's corporate call will not be on Monday. It's going to be on Tuesday this coming week, because Richard and Barbie will be at the Paris where our launch is going to be, and they're going to be doing the corp call live from there. So make sure you switch your calendar up to show that it's on Tuesday this coming week. Aaron's team and all of us VPs from his lineage are going to be on Tuesday next week at 6 p.m. Pacific. And he's going to go over some things which are very similar to what we just talked about. And I think if you can be on, get on that call, because it's going to be just another reinforcement of how to do the system and how to get to manager in 7 days. Okay, so I will be on there helping him out with that. Like I said, it's 6 p.m. Pacific, and we will get you watch your email, because I know he'll put the Zoom link on there for you all to see. It comes from transactcard.com. So watch for your emails and open all those emails up, because his comes from there. If I emailed you guys, it'll come from TransactCard. So keep an eye on those emails. So let's see. I was thinking of maybe skipping this call next week since we do have that call. How do you guys feel about that? Are you all right with skipping the Wednesday call and doing Tuesday and then starting back up the next week? Or do you want to continue with Wednesday? I'm okay with doing both, but I just want to get some feedback.
I think we ought to just keep it and stick with the consistency, because not everyone plugs into enough to notice, and I don't want them to show up and not have someone here.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
You're right. So for sure we'll definitely have someone on and jump on. We'll have something planned to share, but for those that do Tuesday night and don't want to do 2 nights in a row, because we understand that, we know that your life is busy just like everyone else. So feel free to do whatever you would like to do there. And that's all I have for tonight, unless someone else has a question or something they'd like to add. Lacey.
Lacey, yeah.
I was just going to add in an experience I had because maybe I always like learn from other people's experiences. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I had an experience with the not like when like no answer is not an answer. That's huge for me to remember that because I'll send out information to people and if they don't say something back or whatever, I always think, okay, they just didn't want to know or they're too busy or whatever. And I had sent a friend out information probably over a week ago and fortunate enough, we do local events here. And last night we had an event and she came up to me and she goes, oh my gosh, I know you sent me that information. I haven't taken a look at it yet. I'm so sorry. And at that point, I think, oh, they just don't want to watch it, but they're just saying sorry because they saw me, you know? And so I just say, oh, it's okay. No big deal. And I just like brushed it off. Well, afterwards, she came up to me and she was just like, okay, tell me about this thing. And there was a part of me that wanted to be like I want to almost keep her like wondering now, you know, and I kind of, but I just said, okay, this is what it is. And I started sharing with her and within like 2 minutes of sharing it with her, I'd only gotten through the customer part. I hadn't even talked about the stuff. She was just like, this is it. Like, holy cow. Like what? Like she was just blown away. And I said, I haven't even talked about the business side of it. I said, you could make money doing this. And she goes, tell me more. And so I kind of told her a little bit about it and I couldn't even finish sentences. And she was just like, oh my gosh, like this could, like we've lived on paycheck to paycheck our whole lives. Like this really could like, you know, and she's just, and I'm like, dude, this is the girl that just gets it, you know? And, but the thing that really got me is she says, I just got my real estate license. And she goes, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing this with you guys. And I said, well, hold on just a minute, because it does take a little time to build up. Don't like be jumping right in and like not doing your business. But I told her, so what I did is I edified her. I said, you know what though? You're going to be a great real estate agent and that's going to bring in so many relationships for you. So just keep that going. But like, and she goes, I'm going on the road tomorrow for 10 hours. Send me all the information. And that's how I am. That's how Amy is. We're like, we want all the information. I said, look, my favorite number is 3. I'll send you 3 things. When you're done with those 3 things, I'll send you 3 more if you want 3 more. I says, but I don't want to overwhelm you. But it was like, she was one that I had sent something to and thought that it was just a no answer. And I just thought, okay, I'll move on to the next one. But it's following up or it's, you know, people seeing you out and about and saying hi and being like, because then they kind of almost are like, oh crap, I didn't see it. But then they're like, okay, maybe I should check into it and talk to them about it, you know? And so I don't know, it was kind of fun last night. So she actually is looking at the video right now. She's been messaging me since we've been on the Zoom. So, but so just no answer is not an answer. Either follow up or check with them, you know, always do the follow up and check with them until you get the answer no, or that they're not interested, you know? So, because it could be your red apple.
For sure. And people are busy these days. People are busy and they just may not have had the chance to get back to you. I love that. Thank you so much for adding that. And you guys, if you haven't looked at your replicated site, the one that Wayne's talking about that he sent on to someone, he just sent it directly to them. Check that out because it literally has pretty much everything that someone really needs to know. The only step that's not there is really they need to know about clicking that more information on the income opportunity. So make sure that you point that out if you want to give them a little bit more, but check that out. Go play with it. Look at the video that they have on there and figure it all out. Push on the contact me button, make sure that your name is on there and you see the QR code and all that, because that QR code is going to be great when you're out and about and someone sees you using that card and you say, oh my gosh, I got to use this card. This is the one I get double rewards or whatever, something to pique their interest. You can pull out that QR code and they can zap it right there, right then and there. So go get familiar with that replicated site. Okay. Oh, Sharon.
I just want to confirm because I watched a video on 7/24 and I wrote down on my cards that I have in front of me that we were supposed to, our new back office was transactcard.com, not the mytzt.com.
Both of them still take me there. They're the same thing. So
okay, because I thought maybe my TZT was no longer supposed to be used.
Yeah, it still is the same thing for me. I tried it yesterday, I think, and they both did the same thing. But you know, so until they don't, I would whatever you want to use.
Okay.
Colette, don't you have to scroll down to the very bottom of that, like the digital card? And then you can click into your back office.
Oh yeah, because you have to go to full site or something like that, right?
Yeah, you got to go to full site. That's what it says.
Yeah, so mytransactcard.com might be the way to do that and get to the right place. So you might be right, Sharon. Things are changing, things are getting better, but we just all have to be able to jump on the train to keep learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So yeah,
Okay.
let's go ahead and change that, everyone. Transactcard.com is how you get there.
And another tip, Colette, too, that I would say if you're sending out your link is kind of telling people what they're going to expect on there, right? Like I say, hey, there's going to be a cute 3-minute video right in the beginning when you pull it up. Watch that, and then if you're interested or want more info, there is going to be another longer, like a 20-minute video below. And so, and then once you watch that, let me know if you have any questions or if you're ready for more information. Because if you kind of tell them a little bit what they're going to expect, or if you know they're already interested in the business, then yeah, go tell them too. In that learn more is where you're going to learn more about the business part. But like, I think tell them what to expect. So we're just not sending them a link and then they get on, they're like, what am I looking at? You know, like, so.
Unless you have someone like Wayne.
I know. You got lucky on that one.
Oh, awesome, you guys. Well, it was a great night, and get out there and share this with everyone you know. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I
Bye.
was going to tell Amy if she wanted to stay on for a sec, but she jumped off. She was wanting to talk to you, Colette.
Oh, darn.
That's okay. She's asked if you would call her.
Okay, perfect. I will. See you guys.
I think
Bye.